Well, guys, it's another gloomy day here in the valley. It's not raining today, but it's still overcast, still chilly. So I think Cash and I we're going to go to the doghouse. Hey, Cash, want to go to the doghouse? Is Keith over there? Hey, yeah. Let's go to the doghouse. Come on. Yeah, we're at the doghouse. Standing guard. Ready. Welcome to my mess. I'm a guy that likes to have lots of projects on the go at the same time, because I get so distracted. But anyway, what I wanted to do today, possibly, is get ready to lower the truck again. Here is my 1954 Dodge Fargo half-ton. I built it to be a semi-rat rod, so it's it's in the rough. I did a lot of patching to it. I didn't finish all the welds. I didn't fill it full of Bondo and this sort of stuff. I just left it in the rough. I'm thinking about just leaving it that way, or I might just finish it off this year and make it a nice looking truck. But you can see my patches are good, but I didn't grind them down and make them nice and smooth and this sort of stuff. But it's what I call my rat rod. It's a cool old truck, made of many different parts. The engine is from a 1968 Camaro 307. The transmission is from a 1970 Pontiac Parisienne. The rear axle is from a 1992 GMC Jimmy. And of course, then I had to get the drive shaft custom built. But my buddy Keith and I put this together, and we had lots of fun doing it. But Keith has mentioned over the last little while that he just doesn't like the stance of it. He said it's too low. Well, it's not too low in the back. It's just not low enough on the front. And I agree. But I can't figure out, or I couldn't figure out how to lower it anymore. I've already taken out a ton of springs, leaf springs that is, to lower it. And it's running as rough as hell right now. But I think my problem is the shocks are bottoming out. But it looks level except when you look at the front. So what I did, I put a level on it. And here's what I found. Okay, my box is 6 foot long. I've got myself a 6 foot level here, and put my level there. You can see that it is definitely off. See if that'll focus here. There we go. You can see that it is off. So I've got my welding magnet here, and that's 3/4 of an inch thick. So I'm going to put my magnet at the back of the truck. And now you can see that the level is good. So it is 1/2 inch lower on the back per 6 feet. And the truck itself if I measure the truck, the truck is almost 16 feet long. So backing out 1/2 inch per 6 feet, it's only out 1.25 inches overall. But I think if I raised or lowered the front even more, you would have that rake coming down in the front. I think that'd look better. All we have to do is do it. So anyway, here's my plan. Stick around. Look at it like this here. You can see the front seems a little high. And so Keith and I were talking about lowering the front. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know how we're going to do it. We got some ideas, but we came up with some ideas on what to do. I don't know if they're going to work or not, but we're going to try them anyway, and maybe somebody else can do the same thing. But anyway, that wheel seems to be a little bit back, but it's not. That's factory. But anyway, I want to raise the truck up, and I'll show you what our thoughts are. And maybe make this look a little bit cooler. Well, got her up in the air. So here's what I was thinking. It was Keith came up with this idea here. Okay, here we are. This is the driver's side here. I want to get these wheels up higher. So what Keith was thinking is, let's take this apart. Okay, this is the driver's side. I'll just show you the driver's side because that's going to be the most complicated side, if you want to call it complicated. I want to take the axle and move it on top of the leaf springs. So that should bring my wheel up, which will bring my body down. The part that is concerning me is the steering mechanism. Because if I put this on top of here, so this here is 2.5 inches here. So that's going to go up here 2.5 inches. So the bottom, this bottom is going to be here, the top is going to be up here. Now, what I was wondering, what Keith was wondering, if we put this on top, what about this here? Is this here going to be in the way? If you know what I mean. Got to figure that out. Plus, our shocks are going to be too long, so I don't know. And in those shocks neither. The shocks come in 2-inch increments as far as height. I don't know. I gotta find that out because I don't know anything about anything, as most of you guys know, especially Rocker Pat. Rocker Pat's been my mentor ever since I started this build here. Rat Rod Bob has put in a lot of information, give me a lot of information. Wayland Wire, he'd be giving me a lot of information. A lot of you other guys be giving me a lot of information too, but Rocker Pat's been the main mentor, we'll call him. So anyway, I'm just going to see. I want to take a good picture of this here and then just kind of study it. Like Rocker Pat, he likes to see good pictures, so. Yes, if I take this apart, well this here, this arm here, whatever this arm is here, I got one arm coming down here, another arm here, and then this goes over here. Well, this arm here swing up enough for me to clear it. And I think this arm here, is forged. I think it's forged, so that means I can heat it and bend it. So he doesn't have that fine line for a cast. So I think Rat Rod Bob said if it gives you lots of sparks, it's forged, so I can heat it and bend it. So I was thinking about, if I take this arm here, if it's in the way, just bend it down if it's going to be the way. So I don't know. And then this arm here, see that arm there, that should be able to pivot right there. So this arm coming up here is going to be, well, basically this knuckle is going to be the way. So if I take this one here, heat it up and bend it down, this here should be all right, I think. We'll find out when I start taking it apart. This here I don't like. This here looks like it's been welded on, the nut for the shock. But hey, I'll just cut that sucker off, put a new one on. This castle nut here doesn't look any better. I'll cut that sucker off too and put a new castle nut on. I don't know. I need your guys' opinion before I start ripping this apart. If there's any other shot you need, let me know. Anyway, I want to stop it here, and maybe you guys can give me some insight, maybe not. Maybe you're going to be guessing the same as me, unless somebody's actually done it. If anybody's done it, it's probably been Rat Rod Bob. Or maybe Diff at rat rods for Africa. Yeah, maybe Diff has an opinion on this here. Hey, buddy. Yeah. But anyway, guys. Thank you for sticking around for the show and tell. Hopefully, I can get this here to work out. Because I really like to get it dropped down a couple of inches on the front, just to make it look cooler. All right. Thanks for hanging around. See you later.